I have the pleasure today of interviewing Luke Michetti. Luke is 11 years old. He was always special as he was born on Christmas Day to his parents, Amy and Tom Michetti, and his sister, Catherine. As Luke developed, his mother became more and more aware that Luke's development seemed different. At 2.5 years old, Luke was diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Many worries, therapies, and interventions followed. Today I have the incredible and fortunate opportunity to interview Luke about his experiences living with autism, his opinions, his memories, and his unique and special abilities and talents. It is a real gift to be able to hear from a young person who is able to educate others about what it feels like growing up, being so aware of having autism. Luke has been actively involved in his own progress, has been supported by a wonderful village of professionals who have been able to work with his family to encourage him to continue to become the fine young man who sits before me. I am truly looking forward to this interview. Good evening, Luke, and thank you for agreeing to this interview. How are you tonight?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good? You're excited to be here?
Yes.
Well, I'm very excited to interview you tonight. So, how did you learn that you have autism?
My mom taught me, and she thought it was a positive thing that I had autism.
That's great. So have you ever felt different from other kids?
Yes, because everybody's unique.
Everybody's unique and has different talents, right?
Yes.
That's great. Do you know what was done to help you make so much progress?
Well, my mom and dad got me therapies, special schools, and Grace Foundation, etc.
That's awesome. So they basically tried to do everything that they could to help you, right?
Yes.
And that's why you're so awesome.
Yeah.
So do you know what symptoms you had when you were diagnosed with autism? Do you remember?
I was screaming, crying. I had OCDing, had trouble talking and trouble with eye contact.
Did this make you scared?
Not really.
Not really?
No.
You were really brave.
Yeah.
So how do you think you have been able to make so much progress? Who helped you through this time?
My mom, my dad, people worked with me, came over. School helped me, therapies helped me.
So you're really thankful for all of your support, right?
Yes.
So have you received special help? And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I have counselors.
Counselors?
Yes.
And did you sit with them and talk to them? And
Yeah, yes, and that's one thing that made me be social.
be social, and it helped you make a lot of friends and
Yeah, and
Awesome.
also Grace Foundation too, in the JCC after school program I do now.
so they helped you become more
Yeah,
social.
I have so many things to help me.
That's amazing. So have you had any help learning how to make friends?
Yes, I have.
And can you tell us a little bit about that?
Actually every day I'm learning how to be like appropriate, and I'm learning how to become friends with other kids.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So do you have one specific best friend, or you're just social butterfly? You just talk to everyone?
Yeah, I talk to everybody.
You talk to everyone.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's a great way to be. So do you think autism can cause people to have special talents?
Yes. It can. It can cause them to have one talent that they're really, really, really good at.
Really?
Yes. One talent that they're very good at, and they just study all day.
They study it all day.
Yeah, because they're very interested in it, and it's actually a smart thing. It's a good thing for them
Nice.
that usual people with autism decide to do.
So, Luke, I've been told that you have a form of autism that is known as Asperger's syndrome. Do you know what that means? And if you do, can you let us know?
It means I'm high functioning, I'm very, very smart. I may have a little bit of problem with eye contact, socializing, paying attention, but I'm still very smart and I'm learning. It's going very well.
That's awesome. So like you said, you have the JCC, the Grace Foundation, you have your parents, you have your sister, right? Your counselors,
Yes.
they help you through that,
A
right?
whole bunch of people, yes.
A whole bunch of people are on Luke's team, right? So earlier, right before this, we were talking about special talents. Do you think that your autism has helped you develop any special talents? And if so, what are they?
Well, my special talent is is maps and directions.
Okay.
And I like going to Google Maps, and then I look at it and I just memorize it in my head.
So can you tell us how you're able to do this? Like, what are the steps that you take when you read Google Maps?
First, I read Google Maps and read the interstates and the whole thing.
Okay.
Then I just memorize in my head.
You memorize all of the states?
Yeah, it's like it's a picture.
Wow. So it's like a mental picture in your brain that you never forget.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So can you give me an example of an area of the country where you've memorized the highway and the roads?
I'll give you 2 examples.
Okay, I'm ready.
Actually, 3 examples.
3? Okay. Here we go.
And this is how to get to San Diego.
Okay, tell me.
So you take 278 west, 95 north, 78 west.
Where's 78 West?
You're still in New Jersey, but then it goes to Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then take that all the way to the end. 81 south, 68 west, 79 south, 64 west.
Wow.
65 south, 20 west, 10 west, 8 west, all the way to San Diego.
So where was 20 West when you were passing through there?
I think it was in like Alabama,
Nice.
or Mississippi, somewhere over there.
Okay, and that was getting...
And we took 20 all the way to the end, which is in 10, which was in Texas.
Okay.
Up in New Mexico, and take 10 to Phoenix, Arizona, and take Interstate 8, and that goes to San Diego.
Wow, so we're already in San Diego. How cool. I get to see all the koala bears there.
All right, next.
Next, let's go. Second one.
All right,
where are we
this
going?
is how to get to Tampa, Florida.
Okay.
278 west, 95 north, 78 west.
Okay.
81 south.
Where's 81 South?
Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And then go to West Virginia. 68 west, 79 south, 64 west, 75 south, all the way to Tampa.
All the way to Tampa on 75.
Yes.
Awesome. And you said you had one more that you wanted to share with us, right?
Yes, and this is an interstate trick. Not many people know this. Anyway, east and west. When you're going east and west, the numbers in interstates are even when you're going east and west, and odd number interstates go north and south.
Who taught you this?
My dad.
Your dad? When did he teach you this? When you were really little?
Yeah, when I was like 6 years old, when I started doing it.
Wow, that's amazing, Luke. So, did you learn about special places in the country and the world because of your mapping skills? Or did you always have an interest in different places in the world?
Well, there are some special places. Well, every place is different. It's not really like too special, but like there are desert lands, farmlands. There's
all different places.
There's cities, farmland, deserts, etc.
Nice. So do you think this was a good way to build your understanding of the world that you live in?
Yes.
And why do you think that?
Because I can understand that other people want to visit on vacation. They have different. they live differently.
Yeah.
Than the other states, or even other cities.
Do you help Mom in the car when you're going somewhere? Do you give her directions sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah? You help her?
Yeah.
So has your mapping skills made you think differently about other people in the world?
Yes.
And why?
Because it made me think that people with different different cultures or different, or they just, not different cultures, but they just live differently in different areas.
They live differently and they have different environments, right?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
So is mapping currently your favorite activity?
No, it is not.
So what is your favorite activity as of right now?
My favorite activity as of right now is video games.
Oh, really? So what's your favorite video game right now? What's your favorite one?
My favorite video game?
Is that hard? It's a hard question.
Oh, hold on. I don't really have a favorite one because there's so many.
There's so many. So you just love all of them.
I like all Nintendo, except like a
Nice.
couple of them, but it's, I don't know. I don't even have a favorite. There's so many of them.
Okay, so have you been able to make playing video games a social activity?
Yes, when I'm playing multiplayer, I socialize with people while playing.
What do you guys talk about? Do you talk about different strategies on how you're going to win the game, or
Yeah, well, sometimes that, and sometimes a different topic. Sometimes the same topic, but like in a different game or different thing. You know, we just talk about random stuff we want to talk about.
Cool. So where do you go to school?
IS-24.
Do you like it there?
Yes.
Yeah. And what's the type of class setting that you're in? Can you tell us about that?
I'm in a transitional Asperger's program. I'm one of the 5 that get a little bit extra help.
Okay.
And they have Asperger's. And the rest of them are typical kids. We have like about 30 kids in our class.
Okay.
I'm mainstreamed.
That's awesome. So
My weak subject is ELA, but my strong subjects are performing arts and math.
Nice. So can you tell us how your grades are at school with all of that you have going on? You have performing arts, you have all these different subjects. So
Yes.
how are your grades?
I got principal's list,
Wow.
outstanding conduct, and a 95 average, and I have all E's.
And this was your first year being mainstreamed, right?
Yes.
Wow. So how does that feel? Are you excited?
Yes.
Yeah? Were you jumping up and down?
Not like jumping up and down excited, but I was excited I was in that school because I was afraid the other schools weren't going to be as good, you know?
Yeah. So you're making the best of this and you're doing your absolute best, right?
Yes.
Awesome.
Exactly.
So have you had any difficulties with school or your homework?
Yes, I have. I actually have distractions with classwork and homework.
Okay.
It can be very easy with people with autism. It's true.
So what do you do when you're having any complications, let's say with ELA? What do you do? What are your tips to some other
the writing
kids?
can get me a little confused sometimes.
Sometimes it's frustrating, right?
Yes.
Putting all of your words together.
That's right.
So you try to just sit down and focus on it, right? Does mom help you sometimes with ELA and your writing? And
Yes, she does.
that's great. So Luke, are you proud of yourself, and including your autism, are you proud of that?
Yes,
And can you tell us why you're proud?
because I'm very smart,
You're very smart, and
and it's actually a positive thing of autism and a very special talent.
well, also, I forgot to mention before, when you were telling us about your performing arts, can you tell us a little bit about that and how that was for you in school?
I'm doing excellent in performing arts. I know that.
Do you like to sing?
I like to sing, but I like to act better.
You like to act better? Awesome. So with all the things that you do and all of the things that you've accomplished, do you consider yourself a leader?
Yes,
And can you tell us why you think that you're a leader?
because I help the kids who have difficulty in sports. I help them play sports
And this is with
with the gym program.
the gym program with the Grace Foundation.
Yes, exactly.
How many years have you been doing that?
Oh, for many years, like since I was like 4 years old. About I don't know exactly the age.
That's amazing, Luke. So is there anything else that you would like to share that is important to you?
Well, my family, my friends, and every adult I know are important to me.
That's amazing. So I remember us talking a little while ago, and you said something to me that was really amazing. So when you get a little bit older and you're done with schooling, what would you like to do with the Grace Foundation?
I would probably like to work there.
You would like to work there. And what would you do there when you're working there?
I would help the kids.
So you would continue helping the kids and work there and volunteer more.
Yes.
And give back. Because they've given you so much, right?
Yep.
So can you tell us, we spoke before also, and you were telling us a little bit about why you were so proud to be a young boy with autism and why that makes you who you are. Can you just share with us your positive message to other kids that might have autism or?
Actually, for people who don't have autism, this show was to tell people who don't have autism how amazing people with autism can actually be.
And how many special talents that they have.
Yep.
Well, I think I'm just so inspired by you, and I'm so honored that I had the privilege to interview you. You're such an amazing, amazing young boy, and I think you're definitely going places. You could be the next president one day.
I don't know about that. That's really hard, especially going that debate, being a politician.
Oh, goodness. So besides working for the Grace Foundation one day, what is like your number one dream? Like, what's your dream career to have?
I don't really know yet.
You don't know yet? You're just trying to figure it out?
I really don't know yet. Yeah, I'll figure it out one day.
You will. You have plenty of time. But I know that Mom and Dad and your sister and all of your teachers and your friends are so proud of you, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so happy that I was able to interview you today. You did awesome. Can we have a high five?